Now, as all of us remember, the southeast monsoon withdrew from the entire country in October, and it was the 16th October. Usually, the southeast monsoon withdraws from the country by 15th October. Therefore, it was a normal withdrawal from the entire country. Simultaneously, also northeast monsoon commenced over the southeast peninsula, that is Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Karaikal, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, South India Karnataka, and Kerala, Mahe, on 16th of October. The withdrawal started on 14th of September. So southeast monsoon took about a month to withdraw from the entire country. Now, the month of October witnessed 4 cyclonic disturbances. The first one was a deep depression over the Bay of Bengal during 1st to 5th October. You can see in this diagram, so which crossed South Odisha coast and moved inside up to Chhattisgarh and weekend thereafter. The second one was the severe cyclone storm Shakti over northeast Arabian Sea during 3rd to 6th October. As you can see here, it became a cyclonic storm, and then finally it weakened over the sea itself. It did not cross any coast. Then you have the depression over Arabian Sea, which started on 22 October. You can see here, it is one of the longest depression so far. Still, it is a depression as of today. So that means it has completed almost 10 days now, and it may continue as a depression for one more day also. Thereafter, it may weaken. And fourth one was the severe cyclone storm Mantha, which developed over the Bay of Bengal and crossed Andhra Pradesh coast. So we'll discuss all these 4 systems separately, one by one. And this is the composite picture. That means month of October was very active with respect to the cyclonic disturbances. Now let us look at first the severe cyclone storm Shakti. The severe cyclone storm Shakti was the first cyclone for this year. There was no development of cyclone till Shakti. So there were such 11 occasions in the past since 1891 when no cyclone formed during January to September in the years 1938, 49, 80, 83, 84, 86, 88, 93, 95, 2011, and 2012. So therefore, it is not such an isolated case, but it has happened in the past 11 times in the history of, say, 135 years. So therefore, almost there are 10% of years when it has occurred that no cyclone up to September. Now, this Shakti cyclone developed from the remnant of a depression that formed over northwest and adjoining central Bay of Bengal on 26. This diagram is shown here in the left. It developed here, this depression, which crossed again South Odisha coast and moved west-northwestwards and became a well-marked low pressure area after weakening over Maharashtra. But however, the remnant of this depression went into Arabian Sea and it emerged near Saurashtra coast and became a depression on 1st 12 UTC, 1st October 12 UTC. Then you can see that the depression took a very erratic path, you can say very random path. It went southward initially, then it moved northwestwards, then westwards, then southwestwards, then southwards. Then finally it moved southeastwards and weakened on 7th 12 UTC. So its duration was 7 days. You can see that Arabian Sea this year has been also quite lengthy. The system track has been longer. So it again did not cross any coast and it weakened over the sea. So let us find out the characteristics. It has a multiple recurvature, as I told you. This first recurvature is this one, then second recurvature is this one. Then you can see third recurvature, this is fourth recurvature, then fifth recurvature. So 5 times it changed its track during its life period. Now let us look at the severe cyclone storm Mantha. Severe cyclone storm Mantha developed from a low pressure area over southeast Bay of Bengal on 24th October. And on 25th October, it became a depression over the same region. As you can see, this fast black dot, that is the depression. And then on 26th, it became the cyclonic storm. You can see here. And then on 28th, it became the severe cyclone storm. So 26, 18, would say actually the midnight of 26th, it became cyclone storm. Then on 28th morning, it became the severe cyclone storm. And as a severe cyclone storm, it went northwestward, and just before the landfall, the track of the system changed. It moved westwards mostly, and it crossed the coast near Narsapur, between Machilipatnam and Kalingapatnam, near Narsapur, south of Kakinada. It crossed the coast. Again, after crossing the coast, it moved northward, mostly northward or northwestward, and went off to Chhattisgarh, South Chhattisgarh, and adjoining Vidarbha, where it weakened into a Walmart low pressure area. After depression, it went up to South Chhattisgarh. Thereafter, it weakened to Walmart low pressure area. And as of today, noon, it is lying as a well-marked low pressure area over northwest Jharkhand. That means the remnant of this cyclone recurved towards northeast, and it has gone to Jharkhand. And as of today, it is raining over Jharkhand, Bihar, southern West Bengal, Sikkim, and northeastern states. So because of this northeastern movement of this particular cyclone. Now, this was monitored very intensively from very beginning. I will tell you some statistics. 6 special messages were issued starting from 23rd when the low pressure area formed, or 22nd, I will say when second there we loaded that into the low pressure area. And 50, as of now, 55 national bulletins have been issued, 6 bulletins from DGIMD, a special bulletin, and then 44 bulletins for various countries in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, and then 24 global maritime distress safety system bulletins meant for high sea shipping, international shipping, then 24 fleet forecast bulletin for Indian Navy, 13 aviation forecast bulletins for the international civil aviation, and 19 customized bulletins were issued for ports, offshore industries, Indian Air Force, Indian Navy. Then press releases were issued every day, and regular SMS and social media updates were provided almost every 3 hours. And also, we issued hourly update on the day of landfall. 6 crore SMS were communicated to the people through the Common Alert Protocol. Now, let us look at the forecast performance. So, on 16th of October, we issued the extended range forecast, indicating that there will be 2 developments. One is over the Arabian Sea, other one is the Bay of Bengal. As all of us know that in Arabian Sea, it was a depression, and Bay of Bengal became the cyclone. And this forecast was updated again on 23rd, telling that there will be high probability for development of the cyclogenesis over Bay of Bengal. And finally, it happened so. The depression formed on 24th, and gradually it became the severe cyclonic storm. So this forecast product is available in IMD's RSMC New Delhi, and is communicated to press and electronic media and also the government. So as far as forecast of an early warning is concerned, the pre-genesis forecast which IMD is providing is the only country, IMD, you can say India is the only country where pre-genesis track and intensity forecast is being provided at the stage of low pressure area. So first pre-genesis track forecast we provided on 24th October when depression is not formed. Depression formed on 25th. In the noon time we issued that forecast, that is 4.5 days and 4.5 days ahead of landfall, indicating movement towards Andhra Pradesh coast and intensification in the cyclonic storm. Then pre-cyclone watch we issued for Andhra Pradesh, Yanam, and adjoining South Odisha coast at 11:45 hours IST of 25th with formation of depression. That means 3.5 days ahead of the landfall. Then it was followed by the landfall information was provided, telling that it will cross between Machilipatnam and Kalingapatnam near about or around Kakinada on midnight of 28th, that is evening and night of 28th, with a wind speed of 90 to 100, gusting to 110 kilometers per hour, and which became the realization. When the system crossed coast with a wind speed of 90 to 100 kilometers, getting 110 kilometers, and by 28th midnight, center of the cyclone was over the land. Therefore, landfall process was completed by midnight. So therefore, in that sense, it was quite correct. The cyclone alert was issued 2.5 days ahead of landfall at the stage of deep depression. Then cyclone warning was issued on 27th, and post-landfall outlook was also issued before the landfall. Then hourly updates were provided from noon time of 28th, and it continued till it maintained as a cyclonic storm. Then similar actions were also taken by all our offices along the coast, like Cyclone Center Bhubaneswar, Visakhapatnam, Area Cyclone Center Kolkata and Chennai, and meteorological centers along the east coast. So this is the operational forecast performance with respect to track forecaster. If we just look at the red one is the operational forecast error, and the yellow one is the long period average of last 5 years, 2020 to 2024. So you can find out that up to 96 hours, the forecast accuracy was quite good. It was less than, error was less than the 5 years average. And 24-hour error was 68 kilometer, and 48-hour error was 70 kilometer, and 72-hour error was 120 kilometers. It is quite a good, reasonably very good forecast, I would say, comparing the international agencies. Similarly, intensity forecast, if you just look at with all the lead period of up to 84 hours, the intensity forecast error was less than 5 knots. Okay, then landfall point forecasted was a little higher than the 5 years average, but landfall time, if you just look at, it was quite less. All were less than 3 hours, because consistent was predicted that by midnight it will cross the coast. Now let us look at what happened to the adverse weather in the cyclone Mantha. There was extremely heavy rainfall over coastal Andhra Pradesh and Yanam on 28th and 29th, as predicted by us. We gave the red color warning quite ahead. Heavy to very heavy rainfall over coastal Odisha and Rayalaseema on 28th. Heavy rainfall over Ganges to West Bengal on 29th. And exceptionally heavy rainfall occurred over Telangana on 30th. So all these were predicted by IMD well in advance. On the left-hand side, you can see the diagram, daily rainfall and also cumulative rainfall. Last one is the cumulative rainfall. You can find out which area was affected by the cyclone rainfall. But at the same time, you can see the rainfall activity on the west coast. That was mainly because of the depression, which is going on parallelly during this period. Now, this is the area affected by the squally wind and gale winds. You can see the area, this gray color, you can see that it started from extreme north Tamil Nadu. That means wind speed of 45 to 55 kilometers per hour prevailed from Chennai coast till the Andhra Pradesh coast and southern parts of Odisha. Within that, the violet color of what you see, that the wind speed more than 60 kilometers. The 60 kilometer wind speed prevailed over Andhra Pradesh coast and adjoining areas of Odisha, South Chhattisgarh, and Telangana. So you can say roughly the 60 kilometer wind speed prevailed from Nellore up to the Visakhapatnam. Then within that, there is a green color you can find out. This green color wind is the 90 to 100 kilometers per hour and gusting to 110 kilometers per hour. And this wind speed prevailed starting from Machilipatnam and Bapatla area up to Kakinada and adjoining areas. So these are the core which covers Krishna districts and adjoining new districts and up to East and West Godavari districts. So these districts were most affected because of the winds leading to the structural damages. And the rainfall, what I told, that led to the inundations and hence the damage to standing crops, large-scale damage to standing crops happened because of this cyclone. And also this part of Telangana reported very extreme rain activity, or you can say more than 30 centimeter rainfall on 29th because of this cyclone. Now let us look at the storm surge. The storm surge we predicted storm surge that it will be about 1 meter height above the astronomical height, which will inundate the low-lying areas. And the area maximum storm surge inundate was predicted for this Kakinada area. And if you look at this is actual estimated storm surge, the storm surge was maximum near Kakinada, and it was 9 meter, 0.9 meter above the astronomical tide. So it was reported at 1:30 hours IST of 29th, and in association the cyclones, and cyclone crossed the coast by 12:30. So after the 12:30 crossing of landfall, after 1 hour, maximum storm surge was reported by Kakinada. As for the tide gauge data we received, and total tidal wave was 2.2 meters. And you have seen the images in various TVs how the storm surge or the tidal wave inundated areas around Kakinada. Now let us look at the depression over Southeast Arabian Sea, and you can find that this depression formed over Southeast Arabian Sea to the west of Lakshadweep, and this depression also has been quite long till today, and it is initially moved north-northwest, then it changed the track, it moved northeastwards, followed like a question mark, it moved westwards, then came down, and then took a U-turn there, that means made a loop here, and moved northeastwards, then again it changed the track here, moving westwards, and now it is moving north-northeastwards towards Gujarat coast. So this is the complication in the track you have seen this year. Earlier track you have seen the cyclone Shakti, and again the cyclone Mantha, and also now this depression. The track has been difficult this year, and it is very complex, which needs to be studied further. Now, if I consider the high impact weather events what occurred in month of October, due to these 4 depressions and cyclones, etc., there were sometimes the heavy rainfall, the exceptional heavy rainfall occurred on 4th and 5th October in southern West Bengal and Sikkim on 5th October. So there was flash floods and landslides in Assam and Meghalaya also. There was Bihar and some. This during this past system depression, mainly northeastern states and eastern states got affected. And if you look at the amount of rainfall, then 4th October, Maharajganj in Siwan district reported 32 centimeter, and Saraigarh reported 39 centimeter, and 5th October, Kurti Tea state reported 37 centimeter. This was the amount of rainfall because of the deep depression. Then due to Mantha cyclone, as you know that Bhima-Devarapalli in Hanumakonda district of Telangana reported 39 centimeters. Then Parvatagiri reported 38 centimeters. Dharmasagar reported 31 centimeters. So there was quite a high amount of rainfall. It is expected when there is a cyclone moving over a coast, you can expect exceptionally heavy rainfall also. Then 4 western disturbances have impacted northern India. Then in 1st of October, there are 2 western disturbances during 3 to 5 and 6 to 8 October. And it caused heavy to very heavy rainfall over western Himalayan region. And there was snowfall also. As in plains of northeast India, there was heavy rainfall also. It caused actually hailstorms also in the region. Then during the second half, it was followed by 2 feeble western disturbances. And that I want to say that the first half was dominated by 2 active western disturbances, and second half has been dominated by the depressions and cyclones, and WDs were feeble. Delhi NCR reported very light rainfall in regional isolated places on 30 October due to southeasterly and easterly winds and moisture incursion from Arabian Sea in association with the depression. Now, let us look at the rainfall during October 2025. If you remember, we predicted that it will be above normal rainfall for the month of October. And from the right-hand side, you can see the picture. Almost all meteorological subdivisions except northeastern states and north interior Karnataka, we have normal to excess rainfall activity. It has a 49% excess in the month of October. Now, if you look at the distribution from 1st October to 31st October, you will see that in the first week it was quite high because of the depressions. And from 22 October, you can see it is quite high. because of the two systems. One is the left-hand side, so other one is the right-hand side. These two cause good rainfall activity over the country along the west coast and east coast states. So for the country as a whole, as I told you, it's 49% above normal. Then if you look at Northeast India also, it is 160% above normal. East and Northeast India, it was deficient. You can see here. Then Central India, it was excess. The South Peninsular India was also excess. Northeast monsoon region, if you consider, that is Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Coastal Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, South India, Karnataka, and Kerala and coastal Karnataka. Then in this also, it was 42.7% or the 43% above normal. So now let us look at rainfall over northeast monsoon region. This year, you can find that yes, this year is the third highest rainfall since 2001 and 16th highest since 1901. So earlier in the recent time, if you just look at the maximum rainfall has occurred in 2005, and thereafter it is 2019, and then it is 2025. This is data comparison from 2001 onwards. But if you compare from 1901 onwards, it is of course the 16th highest. Now, if you consider the all India rainfall for the month of October, it was the second highest in 2001 and 16th highest since 1901. You can find out from the diagram also. Then rainfall over Northwest India, if you just look at it, the third highest in 2001 and 10th highest since 1901. So looking at the Central India and Peninsular India, rainfall over Central India was the third highest in 2001 and 21st highest since 1901. Rainfall over South Peninsula, it was the third highest since 2001 and 13th highest since 1901. So what I want to say that though in the recent period, it is one of the highest rainfall, but if you consider the longer period of data from 1901 onwards, it is not so. That means there have been in the past so many years where rainfall has been above normal. Now let us look at the heavy rainfall events in the month of October. The location of heavy rainfall events in October has been shown in the left-hand side diagram. You can see here, the red one indicates the extremely heavy rainfall, blue one indicates very heavy rainfall, green one indicates the heavy rainfall. So what you find that there has been extremely heavy rainfall activity many over the Bihar and southern West Bengal Sikkim. That is because of the first week of DD, deep depression, which occurred in the first week and moved towards that. And then the other one you can find out here, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. That happened because of the cyclone Mantha. And in addition to that, also you can find one isolated case in Saurashtra. Now, if I compare 5 years, 2021 to 2025, but I find that this year, it was the highest number of extremely heavy rainfall events, that is 45, compared to 5 in 2024 and 2023 each, 13 in 2022 and 36 in 2021. Now, considering the very heavy rainfall events, you find that 236 in 2025 compared to 26 in 24, 77 in 23, 133 in 2022, 160 in 2021. So what I want to say that the extreme heavy rainfall events and the very heavy rainfall events has been the highest in recent 5 years in 2025. Now let's look at the temperature during October 2025. So what you find that the top panel is the maximum temperature, minimum temperature, mean temperature, and bottom one is the maximum temperature anomaly. And anomaly means deviation from normal. Then mean temperature anomaly, minimum temperature anomaly is the middle one, and third one is the mean temperature anomaly, the deviation from the normal. So what you find that most parts of the country maximum temperature is normal to below normal, and only northeastern states you can see it was above normal. Now consider minimum temperature, most parts it was above normal, that is yellow color, above normal, except some parts in Rajasthan and some parts of peninsular India where it was below normal. And mean temperature represents mostly the maximum temperature. You can see the similar pattern. So I want to say that Northeast India has been quite warm in the month of October, whereas the remaining parts has been normal to below normal. Now let us look at the comparison of all India temperature. Let us look at maximum temperature. If I consider all India, it is not a rank holder, but minimum temperature, it was the 5th highest for all India. Similarly, if I go to Northwest India, it is not a rank holder, East and Northeast India, yes, it was. It was the sixth warmest in terms of maximum temperature since 1901, and minimum temperature also sixth highest, and mean temperature was the third highest. So really speaking, East and Northeast India was warmer. But if you look at the diagram I have shown earlier, it is not East India, but it is actually Northeast India, which is the quite high temperature. In Central India, if you just look at, yes, minimum temperature is fifth highest, and southwestern also it is the sixth highest. So I will summarize here that minimum temperature as predicted was above normal, and it was the fifth or sixth highest for different regions and the country as a whole. And Northeast India especially was quite warm in terms of maximum temperature, apart from the minimum temperature. Now let us look at the time series. Yes, you can see the time series. Accordingly, as I was telling you, the maximum temperature is the fifth highest since 1901, and mean temperature was 25th highest in 1901. The five highest minimum temperatures recorded like that: 2024, 1951, 1915, 2021, 2025. So there is a mixed response, I will say. So therefore, you cannot, in terms of the extremes, you cannot find out any increasing trend from this information. Now let us look at the monthly average maximum and minimum temperatures, etc. for East and Northeast India. If we look at, yes, it was warmer this year, and it was the third highest. So departure was 1.03. That is anomaly compared to normal of 25.45. Actual mean temperature was 26.48. So by that way, I want to say that while the minimum temperature was the fifth highest after 2024, 1951, 1915, and 2021, it was the third highest in terms of the mean temperature for the East and Northeast India. Now let us look at monthly average minimum temperature. So here also you will find that it was above normal for Central India and Peninsular India. Central India, it was fifth highest. Central India, it was the sixth highest. Okay, so now this one I have discussed, I'll just leave it. And then this one also I have discussed, this one is over, I'll just leave it. And then now let's look at the verification of the rainfall forecast for month of October. It was left-hand side is the actual category, like normal, green one, below normal, orange one, and above normal, the blue one. On the right-hand side is the below normal, normal, and above normal. Yellow, orange, etc. Below normal, green is the normal, and blue is the above normal. So we predicted that it will be above normal rainfall activity in most parts of the country, except some parts of Ladakh and Jammu division, and then extreme south peninsular India and some pockets of Northeast India. Now, if you look at actually, but you find that yes, it has become correct in most parts. 90% area you can say there is a matching, but there are certain areas like here, you can say southern parts of Madhya Maharashtra and adjoining North Central Karnataka and Western Bidar, where it was below normal, but prediction was above normal. Similarly, in the northeastern states, there are certain more areas where below normal and prediction was normal to above normal. Otherwise, remaining parts, the forecast is almost same. Now let us look at, sorry. And now let us look at the observed maximum temperature category and forecast maximum temperature category. You can see these diagrams. We predicted that it will be below normal maximum temperature in most parts of the country except Western Himalayan region, northeastern states. You can compare these two, you will find that it is predicted well in different parts of the country except the Western Himalayan region. Western Himalayan region has been normal to below normal maximum temperature, whereas prediction was above normal maximum temperature. So except Western Himalayan region, other parts match well. So if I consider the minimum temperature, it was predicted that most parts of the country will have above normal minimum temperature. And same has also happened except this Rajasthan and the Saurashtra and Kutch. So in this area, though prediction was it will be above normal, but it has become normal. Now let us look at the El Nino and Southern Oscillation conditions. As we predicted earlier last month that weak La Nina conditions likely to develop. Now you can see that weak La Nina conditions are prevailing over the equatorial Pacific and equatorial SST. Sea surface temperatures were below average in the central to eastern Pacific Ocean and the western Indian Ocean. SSTs were above average in the western Pacific, central and eastern Indian region, satisfying the weak La Nina conditions. Now let us look at the forecast. If we look at the forecast, La Nina is favored to persist through December 2025 to February 2026 with a transition to ENSO neutral like during January to March. There is a 58% chance that it will go to ENSO neutral during January to March. Now, if we look at different models globally, then most models indicate La Nina conditions are persisting through Northern Hemisphere winter, that is December to February. Now, if I look at the Indian Ocean and dipole on the bottom diagram here, but climate models also indicate weakening of negative Indian Ocean dipole during upcoming months, but it is short-lived, again increase. Therefore, for a short period, there could be the negative Indian Ocean dipole conditions. Right-hand side is the Bureau of Meteorology models that also indicating that for a short period, it will be a negative Indian Ocean dipole condition. After that, it will become again the neutral IOD. Now let us look at the temperatures. Yes, you have seen here. Then if we go for categorization of the forecast, probabilistic ENSO model forecast for October, what you find that this is blue. This blue one is the La Nina condition, and green one is the neutral condition. That means November, December, January. If you just look at, there is a high probability that it will become La Nina, followed by less probability for the neutral conditions. There is no condition for El Nino condition, development of El Nino. Similarly, if you consider the 3.4 region here for different models, that is also indicating that for a temporary period, it can be November, December, January. It can be La Nina conditions, but afterwards it will recover. It will be neutral conditions. Now this is monsoon mission climate forecast system. It also indicates that there will be neutral conditions or the negative IOD conditions. But these negative IOD conditions will prevail for a very shorter period. Now let us look at the monthly rainfall forecast for November. So it shows that most parts of the country it will be normal to above normal, except Western Himalayan region, then some parts of northern states like Arunachal Pradesh and Tamil Nadu and adjacent areas where it is yellow color, that means indicating the deficient rainfall or below normal rainfall. So normal to above normal rainfall is likely over most parts of the country except some areas in northwest India and south peninsular India where below normal rainfall is likely. Now, if we consider the northeast monsoon region, that is Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, and Karaikal, coastal Andhra Pradesh, and Yanam, Rayalaseema, Kerala, and Mahe, and South Inter Karnataka, the rainfall over this region is expected to be near normal. So normal for month of November is defined as 77% to 123% of long period average. Now, let us look at the monthly temperature outlook for November. Maximum temperature, below normal maximum temperatures are likely for most parts of the country except northeast India, some parts of northwest India and southern peninsular India. You can see this diagram also. This blue color and green color indicates normal to below normal temperature, and yellow orange color indicates is the above normal temperature. So foothills, Western Himalayan region, foothills of Himalayas, and also northeastern states are expected to have above normal maximum temperature. Otherwise, remaining, except again Tamil Nadu and adjacent areas, also above normal. Now, minimum temperature, if I just look at it, is also expected to be above normal in many parts, except Rajasthan, Haryana, and adjacent areas of Punjab, and also some parts of West Coast, where temperature will be normal, below normal. अभी मैं आप सभी को हिंदी में बताऊंगा ये 5 मौसम संबंधी उपखंडों जैसे कि तमिलनाडु, पुडुचेरी और कराईकल, तटीय आंध्र प्रदेश और यनम, रायलसीमा, केरल और माहे तथा दक्षिण आंतरिक कर्नाटक वाले दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत में नवंबर 2025 के लिए मासिक वर्षा सामान्य यानी दीर्घावधि औसत का 77 to 123% रहने की संभावना है। देश के अधिकांश भागों में सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने की संभावना है, सिवाय उत्तर पश्चिम भारत और दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत के कुछ क्षेत्रों को छोड़कर, जहां नवंबर 2025 के दौरान सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे वर्षा होने का संभावना है। मैं अधिकतम तापमान की बात करूं, नवंबर 2025 के दौरान देश के अधिकांश भागों में सामान्य से नीचे अधिकतम तापमान रहने की संभावना है, सिवाय पूर्वोत्तर भारत के अधिकांश भागों, उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के कुछ भागों, दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत और हिमालय की तलहटी को छोड़कर, जहां सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से अधिकतम तापमान होने का संभावना है। न्यूनतम तापमान की बात करें तो देश के अधिकांश भागों में सामान्य से अधिक न्यूनतम तापमान रहने की संभावना है, सिवाय उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के कुछ क्षेत्रों को छोड़कर, जहां सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे न्यूनतम तापमान रहने की संभावना है। अभी ये लॉन्ग रेंज फोरकास्ट के साथ साथ एक्सटेंड रेंज फोरकास्ट देखें तो जो पहला हफ्ता है यानी 30 अक्टूबर टू 6 नवंबर पूरा सेंट्रल इंडिया, नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स, ईस्टर्न इंडिया में अच्छा बारिश होने का संभावना है, क्योंकि अभी जो साइक्लोन पास हुआ है इसका रेमनेंट अभी जा रहा है, इसकी वजह से बारिश हो रहा है। और वेस्टर्न साइड में जो डिप्रेशन है ईस्ट सेंट्रल अरेबियन सी में, इसकी वजह से भी वेस्टर्न साइड में बारिश हो रहा है। बट जब हम जाएंगे सेकेंड वीक को 6 नवंबर टू 30 नवंबर, तो देखेंगे कि टेम्परेचर बारिश कम होने का संभावना है, स्पेशली आप साउथ ईस्ट पेनिनसुला रीजन देखें, यहाँ फर्स्ट वीक और सेकंड वीक दोनों वीक में बिलो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होने का संभावना है। और इसमें और एक सूचना इसमें आ रहा है कि ईस्ट कोस्ट में और वेस्ट कोस्ट में अगले 2 हफ्ते तक कोई साइक्लोनिक डिस्टर्बेंसेस नहीं आ रहा है। यहाँ से ज़्यादा रेनफॉल दिखा रहे हैं, इसका वजह यही है कि एक अ, साइक्लोनिक सर्कुलेशन अभी डेवलप हुआ है, ये लो प्रेशर एरिया हो सकता है और ये ऐसे नॉर्थ नॉर्थ वेस्ट जाते हुए म्यांमार, बांग्लादेश में बारिश करा सकता है। और यहाँ भी ऐसे दूसरा एक सिस्टम डेवलप हो सकता है जो बांग्लादेश में तरफ बारिश देगा ज़्यादा। मगर हमारा जो अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड है, अंडमान सी है और एडजॉइनिंग एरियाज है, वो दोनों हफ्ते में वल्नरेबल रहेगा, स्क्वाली वेदर रहेगा। सो फिशरमैन अंडमान सी को जाने से पहले सोचना चाहिए और हमारा पूर्वानुमान देखना चाहिए। हमारा यही सूचना है अभी कि अगले 2 हफ्ते के लिए अंडमान सी और इसके आसपास जो इलाका है वो वल्नरेबल रहेगा, सी कंडीशन रफ टू वेरी रफ होगा और बोट्स वगैरह के लिए ये आसान नहीं होगा। सेम है दूसरा हमारा 2 एक्सटर्नल फोरकास्ट मॉडल है, दोनों में सेम ही तरीके का इंफॉर्मेशन है। अभी नेक्स्ट 7 डेज का वार्निंग की बात करें तो आज हम वार्निंग दिए हैं ऑलमोस्ट एंटायर सेंट्रल इंडिया, ईस्ट इंडिया एंड नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया because of these two depressions and remnant of the cyclone, which is a one mark pressure area over northwest Jharkhand at present. वो एक्टिविटी धीरे धीरे रिड्यूस होगा कल, क्योंकि जो वन मार्क प्रेशर एरिया है वो लो प्रेशर एरिया बन जाएगा आज शाम तक और इसका इम्पैक्ट कम हो जाएगा। मगर जो डिप्रेशन है यहाँ वो भी धीरे धीरे वीक हो रहा है, तो इसका इम्पैक्ट 3 दिन तक रहेगा यहाँ एमपी एंड गुजरात के ऊपर। सो इसके बाद एक्टिविटी कम हो रहा है, तो वार्निंग भी अकॉर्डिंगली कम हो रहा है। सबसे जो खतरनाक एरिया है आज के लिए वो है सब हिमालयन वेस्ट बंगाल, यानी मालदा से नॉर्थ जो एरिया है और सिक्किम और बिहार। यहाँ हम ऑरेंज और रेड कलर वार्निंग दिए हैं और यहाँ हैवी टू एक्सट्रीमली हैवी रेनफॉल हो सकता है, मेनली सदर्न वेस्ट बंगाल एंड सिक्किम। लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में भी हम गुजरात और सौराष्ट्र कच्छ में ऑरेंज कलर दिए हैं कि वहाँ भी हैवी टू वेरी हेवी रेनफॉल आज हो सकता है बिकॉज ऑफ द डिप्रेशन। और इसके साथ साथ we have the 45 to 55 kilometers per hour wind speed along and off Gujarat coast and North Konkan. So fishermen had been advised not to venture into sea for today and tomorrow. So इसके साथ I am concluding the presentations. We can take the questions if any now. तो कोई आपका प्रश्न है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं। हाँ, अमलान जी।
First of all, thank you so much, sir, for this great briefing. हमारा कंसर्न ये था कि जो अपकमिंग फॉग सीजन है इन नॉर्थ एंड नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न इंडिया, मोस्टली ये मान लीजिए दिल्ली या फिर अमृतसर, ये वाला रीजन पे कब से फॉग सीजन इज मोस्ट लाइकली टू बी मोर इंटेंस फॉर दिस विंटर सीजन।
फॉग के लिए तो हमारा कोई ऐसे सीजनल फोरकास्ट नहीं है, और जो क्लाइमेटोलॉजी है हम इसको आपको बोल सकते हैं मोस्टली दिसंबर 15 से वेरी इंटेंस फॉग सीजन शुरू होता है। पर आई विल नॉट स्पीक मच, आई विल रिक्वेस्ट आवर एक्सपर्ट डॉक्टर जनामणि to respond to you on fog.
Sir, you were very correct. Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Very correct, sir. We mainly that peak fog season actually around Xmas or mid-December. Before that, 1 or 2 spell like last year we had around November 8 to 16. So that again depends on how is the wind and because there is no system to give any kind of outlook anything. These are very localized and yeah.
So what we can do actually, we can provide you an outlook for next 7 days, but seasonal forecast is not possible. And that outlook for 7 days, what we'll provide, that is for the large scale fog and most intense fog. For isolated fog, it is not possible to predict in 7 days even. For the Indo-Gangetic Plain fog, it is well predicted, and it will be predicted about 5 to 7 days in advance. We'll provide this outlook on day-to-day basis. And also we have every day VC meeting with the ATFM, Air Traffic Flow Management System of the country. So they're also providing the information. And fog preparedness meeting also we are going to hold. I think already your office will be attending that in DGCA and Airport Authorities office. Will be there. In-house also will conduct a fog preparedness meeting and some kind of a training program for all the stakeholders.
Sir, this much for as of now, and yes, the outlooks you are providing, that is being helpful. So yes, we will be following your outlooks, and thank you so much for supporting in parallel with our operations. Thank you so much from Air India, sir.
Thank you. So if there is no other questions, then we'll close. Right.
So the northeast monsoon will be a normal, right?
Northeast monsoon for the month of November, we are told that it will be normal. But if you see the figure what I presented, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry is shown in yellow color. So yellow color means it is the below normal. But taking into consideration the entire southeast peninsula, which is considered for northeast monsoon, that is coastal Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Kerala, South Interior Karnataka, it becomes normal. So that means other parts will have good rainfall activity, but Tamil Nadu and Puducherry will not have good rainfall activity. So you may ask me why, because there is some kind of pattern. If the La Nina condition prevails, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry does not get good rainfall activity in many years. So that is that can be attributed to that reason only. But there are many other parameters. So this is the forecast taken into consideration based on the dynamical modeling system, what we have, multimodal ensembles. But we will be monitoring it, and we will be providing the forecast, just like extended range forecast. We are telling that yes, rainfall will be below normal for next 2 weeks over Tamil Nadu and Puducherry and adjoining areas of northeast monsoon region. But again, we will update next Thursday.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jitendraji. Fine. So thank you very much, and we are really grateful for your all support and outreach carried out by you by communicating all the severe weather warnings, especially during last cyclone, depressions, which has helped the people and the government to prepare. And as we know, the number of loss of lives has been only one, as I understand. Exact figure, perhaps आप लोगों को पता होगा. As I come to know that there is only one death. That should not happen also, but due to this cyclone. So this is a success story of all of us. So thank you very much. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.